Love. My lovely husband. I met my husband when I was 29, almost 30. And I met him in court. And we were both there as lawyers for various people in various cases. And when you go to court in Australia, you have to announce who you are and what firm you come from. So I did. Apparently this man in the court took down the details of my name and where I came from. So that afternoon he rang me up and asked me out. But I remember when I walked out of that court that day, I thought, because I'd noticed him too, I thought, nice fellow, forget him, probably married. But he wasn't. He rang up and asked me out. And he turned out to be very much the sort of man I was interested in, which was exactly the antithesis of my father. He looks a bit like my father in that he's dark-skinned with black hair. Very silver now, but it used to be black. But he's nothing like my father. And so rather than having a list of things I was looking for in a partner in life, I was looking for a list of things I wanted to avoid in a partner in life. And I'm pleased to say I succeeded.
It's been a long time since I've been in love. And I think when I was in love, I wasn't conscious that I had chosen that person. But every single person walking around is like its own planet. It's like its own country, its own set of rules, its own history, its own conflicts, its own complicated mess of things. And I think what enables us to fall in love is when you encounter another person that wants to travel your planet and wants to learn about it with all of its complexities, and to climb up over its mountains and to go to the dark caves on that planet and can see the beauty in all of the places that we have within us. I think that's what causes us to fall in love. And I'm constantly flabbergasted by how hard it is to find that.
I know, it's very hard. It's very hard to keep everything together in the home and not want divorce, I say. No, I think there's no woman alive that didn't want to run away a million times. But you need a vow when you get married, till death do us part. So you just fight away and struggle. And as my daughter, I'll be 50 years married next year. And my daughter said, 50 years next year? Yes, I said, that was a survival course. But it's hard, and marriage is very, 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 very hard.
When I first met Jean, I was young and I was a poet, and I was very arrogant. I was not a very nice person, I don't think. She was an artist. She was very quiet. She was very beautiful. Pacific Island people are often very shy, and took a long time for me to get to know her, like many years really. We've been married for 35 years, and that's a journey, and that's up and down, and I think it's often been very hard for her to put up with me. We didn't have children for 12 years or something. We were really still getting to know each other. But I think it's got stronger and stronger, and I think the best thing you can say about a partner that you've been with for a long time is that you're friends, and that's what we are. And I am sometimes not a great husband, but one thing I always try and do is make her laugh. I know if I can make Jean laugh, then that's a good thing.
I always liked the idea of being in love with somebody, in perfect love. And I always believed that when people met each other, if they were right, they would fall in love. I have no idea where that fantasy comes from. Maybe my mum used to read romance novels or something. But I've been married 6 years now, and my husband and I started off as friends, and now, right to this date, I'd say I'm actually starting to fall in love. It's almost going to make me cry. It's just that I find in that time the friendship has just grown more and more. And here I am 51 years of age, and actually discovering what love really is. And here I am, it's a joyous thing, but it's bringing tears to my eyes.
Love, I think, for this time and age, love is the word love is used very loosely, because basically love is self. You love yourself because it's you. You love your wife because she's yours. You love your children because they are yours. And you love your country because the country you are living in is yours. So love is something it's all about you yourself. It's only this rare thing of religion where love is to be spread out to the world, and it's a theorized thing, but in reality, love is all about yourself.
I feel so blessed. I feel so loved to see these people around me, because even when I'm weak, when I'm down on my knees, which I've been, I was so sick some time ago that I was convinced for a month that I'm dying. And I shared it with a lot of people. And all through that time, the fighter in me was not here to take care of me. It was my family, it was my friends. They had so much faith in me that I would break, I would shatter, I would want to cry and tell them that, you know what, you are expecting too much. I'm not that brave. And it was like they were taking care of me. They were there standing between me and my much anticipated death. And they just said no to everything that came to take me away from them.
Love doesn't mean only grabbing things. Love doesn't mean grabbing a woman, or grabbing children, or grabbing a prestige or office. No. Love essentially means sacrifice, giving up things for the sake of others, and caring for others' happiness more than your own.
Well, I've been with my wife, married 40 years. And we knew each other 4 years before, since I was 18. And so for my personal experience, I can say that sometimes we were so angry at each other. Sometimes she was so disappointed in me. But when we thought about how it would be without each other, we couldn't bear it. And I'll be honest, of course, there are other beautiful, marvelous people. And didn't you realize that what you build up together, you acquire, is so much that it's like a flower. The beauty of a flower, the moment you see it, all the other flowers are pale. There are beautiful flowers all around, but this is your flower. This is your tree. This is your partner.
Love in my life is
meeting that person that is on the same page with you in life, spiritually and everything. That just, you know, that whenever you see them, your heart just wants to burst. Whether you're together for 40 years or 50 years or 5 days, when you see them, you must just feel that flutter that you know that you know that you're there. Yes, love is very important to me, and probably that's why I haven't really found the special love of being widowed for 25 years.
The recipes that I have for love, in order to cause it to grow and continue to thrive, is to look at it with fresh eyes regularly, and to not let the romance slip. To remember the things that were important when you first fell in love, and continue to practice those things. And look at your loved one with love in your heart and in your eyes, and do things for them that they totally unexpect, and surprise them. Surprise them with special notes. I love to write little special love notes and put them in my husband's lunch. Not regularly, because then it's not a surprise. Or spread rose petals. I think there are so many ways that you can ignite a love. And my husband is very quiet and introverted, so I love to sing to him. And he's almost embarrassed when I sing to him. It's so cute. But that's one of the things I love to do, too. And that makes me smile, because I know I can see him being wrapped in my love.
Whatever you do to get such a queen, you have to continue and do. If you play faking and trying to fake play, you're going to get played. You're going to get played right out of the game. Sin?
Love? Love is nice if you can have it. Love is wonderful if you can have it. And sometimes you have to struggle to have love in your life. I don't know what to say, because I always had a lot of friends, boys, men, and I must say that I'm very lucky now, because I'm 91 years old and I have a young friend who's 51 years old. And while there's no sex or anything like that involved, there's great love between us. And it has been since a year after my husband died. And it's wonderful. He sustains me. He really does.
It's easy to love humanity as a whole. I love the world. I love everyone. I really do. But if someone is in front of me in a car and they're on the phone and they're not going through the light, it's very difficult to love them just then. So you try to love everyone. But sometimes when people are foolish, it is so hard to love a fool. There's so many fools, me included, in this world. You know, we all take turns being the fool, and then it's difficult. It's very difficult to love the fools. And there are so many fools. The fools are the ones who are greedy, and the fools who are the ones who enjoy violence, and the fools are the ones who try to control, and the fools try to own everything. And what can we own? What can we own?
Well, I learned how to be a loner very young. I learned how to survive alone. I learned how to be happy alone. I learned how to amuse myself alone. And sometimes to be with people is still a little bit uncomfortable. So I love humanity. It's those individual people sometimes I have a hard time with.
I know that to me, in my life, love is my husband. I rely on him. I depend on him. He is everything to me.